Hey girl, welcome to Her Legacy Rewritten, where we're all about taking bold, purpose-driven action to building a life you're completely obsessed with. My name's Courtney, a small-town country girl turned entrepreneur and on a personal journey to becoming the first millionaire in my family. But to be honest, most days I still feel like I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm obsessed with the process of figuring it out together like girlfriends. And around here, we're going to keep it raw, real, talking all things business, money, mindset, and the messy middle no one prepares you for, with epic guests who get it and stories to remind you you're not alone and you are made for more regardless of what season you're in. So grab your drink, pull up a seat, and let's do the damn thing, girl. Hey girl, how's it going? It's been a hot minute since I've been in here, but I am so glad that I am back for this episode, and I'm so glad that you're tuning in because what I've labeled this episode is Your Belief is Your Only Real Limit. And this is inspired by a book that I am currently reading called A Happy Pocket Full of Money, which I strongly recommend. So you should probably go look into that and get it for yourself and start training your mindset through this book because it's helped shape my mindset in a lot of different ways. So we're going to start the campfire. We're going to sit around it. We're going to have a chat about this because this sentence stopped me in my tracks in this book when I was reading it. And I've heard it before. Your belief is your only real limit. I have heard this before. Like, it is not something that's like new to me. It's not something that's like, oh my gosh, a whole revelation just happened. It's something I've heard before, but it never really made sense because I'm like, well, I believe that I can, right? Well, when it came down to it, it's like, did I actually believe that I could? So when I think about everything that I've built, every goal that I've set, every season that I've been in and I've struggled through and I've succeeded through, belief has always been that common denominator. Whether I have moved fast forward or I have gone backwards or I have sat still. So I want to break this down with you. I want to talk about it. And I really want to break it down to the point of even when the results aren't there yet. Because honestly, I'm still right there. I have seen some results. I'm starting to see some results right now trickle in because of consistency that I've had in my business. But I really want to break this down with the belief when the results aren't there. So when I read Your Belief is Your Only Real Limit, it reminded me of everything starts in the mind. Now, again, you've probably heard of that too. Everything starts with the mind, your mindset, what you believe in. You've probably also heard of whether you believe that you can or you believe that you can't, you're right. Because that's true. If you're going to sit here and believe that you can achieve something, do you actually believe that you can and you go after it? Or do you believe that you can't and you just say that, right? It's hard. It's hard to adopt that belief of what you can and cannot achieve. So our belief system, it sets boundaries for what we think is possible. Now, again, we have to train our brains to think a certain way. And sometimes the only thing that's holding us back isn't the lack of skills, money, time, etc. It's the ceiling we've created in our own minds of what we believe that we can achieve. So if I'm being honest, and I am, this is what this whole podcast is about. It's the transparency of my journey to becoming the first millionaire in my family. There have been seasons where my belief was very shaky. I've currently gone through that. Like, it's not something I don't think ever goes away. Every season that you go through, every up level that you go through, I think you go through a whole entire different belief of what you can and can't achieve. But I'd say that believing in my goals, but deep down, I was wanting proof before I allowed myself to fully believe. Like that's honestly, and I think that's what a lot of us do, is that we believe that we need to have the results and the proof before we can believe in ourselves that we can accomplish said things that we're going after. I've been there. I have been there. I still have currently been in that where I'm like, I need the results, and they're not there, so it's not working, right? I had to unlearn the idea that belief comes after success. Mic drop there. Mic drop. Take that in. I had to unlearn. Maybe you have to do the same thing. Unlearn the idea that belief comes after success. It's actually what creates it. Your belief is what creates your success. Faith and belief are hand in hand. They're sisters. That's what they are. Faith without works is dead. That's in the Bible. It's James 2:20. Faith without works is dead. So if you do not work on your mindset, your skill set, you do not put in the work to get there, your faith and belief in what is possible, you cannot achieve that. You can't have one without the other. So you have to have works in getting to the success. It does not just show up like how we most of the time think of like the overnight success. That is not an actual thing. That is somebody working behind the scenes for a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years. And then all of a sudden it clicks and it just takes off and everybody thinks it's that one overnight success. That's not actually what happens. So we need to have faith with works because that is what's going to happen. That you will have success, but you have to also have that belief that what you're doing is going to work out. So what is the cost of your unbelief? Think about that. When we doubt ourselves, we move slower. We really move slower. We start to move backwards because we start to play smaller. We second guess ourselves. We self-sabotage. We procrastinate. We put off. We say tomorrow. We'll say next week. Or I don't feel like it. Or whatever that looks like, right? We start to move slower. We self-sabotage. We stop. We start. We stop. We start. That is not what's going to get you success. That is not what's going to gain you success, is that constant stop, start, stop, start. You have to keep going. That consistency in showing up will put more belief in your confidence bank, in your belief bank, whatever you want to call it. It's not that you're not capable. It's that your belief hasn't caught up with your calling yet. That is something that I had to embody myself. My belief has not caught up with my calling. So when you learn how to train your belief into what you are doing, then guess what? It's going to catch up to what you have on your heart and you're called to do. So if you're constantly waiting to feel ready before you move, you'll never experience the growth that builds belief. Exactly what I talked about just a second ago. If you're constantly start, stop, I got to feel it. I've got to feel ready. I've got to feel motivated. You're not going to get there. It's going to be very, very slow. And that's not going to actually build your belief. It's going to hurt it more because you're not seeing the results because of your inconsistency and you're not showing up because of your lack of belief. So, building unshakable belief. Okay? Belief grows when we honor our word to ourselves. Let that sink in. If you say you want to build a business, $1 million business, like myself, if you want to build a business, you need to honor your words by showing up every day, posting every day, whatever it is that your DMOs look like, your daily methods of operation, whether that's showing up in reels, talking reels, posts, whether that's podcast, whether that's blogging, whatever that looks like for you, to show up constantly. You need to honor your word and what it is that you're going after. Because then once you honor your word, you're depositing more coins into your confidence bank, into your belief bank, because you're holding yourself accountable to what you say that you want. Every time I follow through, even in the small things, I'm proving to myself that I can be trusted. This goes back to the other day. It was Monday. Today is Wednesday. Monday, I am building that discipline of going to the gym every day. That discipline has been hard. It's been honestly hard for me. I woke up Monday morning. I did not want to get out of bed. It was one of those mornings. I did not want to get out of bed. I sat on the side of my bed and I argued with myself for about 5 minutes, whether to crawl back in bed, go to the gym, crawl back in bed, go to the gym. But you know what really got me out of bed to go to the gym was that feeling of disappointment in myself because I crawled back in bed, woke up a couple hours later, I'm like, I should have just done that. I shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I didn't. And I did not want to have that feeling about myself again. So what did I do? I got up, I went to the gym, my discipline kicked in, I deposited another belief, another confidence coin into my jars. that I am keeping my word when I said that I'm going to be showing up to the gym every single day. I even got up to the gym, did not want to work out. Like, I didn't even know sometimes when you have those moments, you get up, you get motivated, you get going. Sometimes that kicks out. Like, you're like, I got this. Like, and you're in your groove. But on Monday, I got to the gym. I did not even want to work out. I even sat on the floor in the gym after I did a workout. And I just sat there like, what am I doing? What am I really doing here? Because I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. Like, it was a struggle. It was a struggle on Monday, but I still showed up. I still worked out. I still did the thing. I still kept my word to myself. And I felt better about it at the end of the day, knowing I still showed up instead of having that disbelief that I let myself down once again. So, one thing that you can do, is just keep your word. Do it, even when you don't feel like it. Feelings need to get out of the way of what you actually need to do. Okay? So, every time that you follow through with what you're saying, that builds small credibility, trust, belief in yourself. Okay? So, this is how confidence compounds. You have to show up. Like, it's hard because you want the end result. You want the 2-3 months down the road, the compound of confidence that's going to come your way, that's going to make you feel great. But in the meantime, till you get there, it's hard. It's a struggle. It's built through evidence, not emotions. Like, you have to have the evidence that you're going to show up, not the feeling of oh yeah, I'm going to do this and I don't. The more you keep promises to yourself, the louder your belief comes. Can I get an amen on that? The more you keep promises to yourself, the louder your belief will come. In yourself, in the words you say, the actions that you have, that will come with the more promises you keep to yourself. So, what I want you to do, if you're having that lack of belief in yourself, you don't have results yet. Maybe you do have results and you're going into a new season in your business, in your journey, and you're like, I'm just having that lack of belief. I want you to catch yourself in that disbelief. Okay? Notice when your thoughts say that I can't, or not yet, or tomorrow, or maybe, or kinda, or sorta, and replace it with, why not me? Why can't I? Give yourself a reason. If you think that you can't, give yourself a reason. But because I'm pretty sure you're not going to find a reason. Why not you? Why can't you achieve what it is that you're going after? Why do you have that disbelief that you can't have what you're going after? So catch yourself in that, right? Know what you're doing. Know what you're doing and walk in confidence in that, because that's going to build the belief. Write one area in your life where you've stopped believing in yourself. What action or event happened in your life where you stopped believing in yourself? When did you stop believing in yourself? And one small step that you could take today to start rebuilding that belief inside yourself. Write it down. And then start making action steps towards building that belief with yourself again. And start affirming your future as if it has already happened. This book really breaks that down. This book really helps you understand that you need to affirm right now, and you need to walk as if you are already that person. You need to show up and talk and act as if you have already succeeded at what it is that you're going after. Really start affirming your future, because what you believe in, you'll start to create. Again, this book is so freaking good, and I am so mind blown at how it's changed my mindset. So I really hope that you get this book, because it has definitely helped me out a lot. So, in about to wash out our campfire, about to soak it down, call it a night, and go to bed, here's your reminder. Your belief will always build the limits of your reality. If you want a different outcome, start with a different level of belief. Start believing in yourself. I know that you've probably done the same thing too. Like when you see other people do something and you start to get the butterflies in your stomach where you're like, I want to do that. I can do that too. Run with that feeling. Run with it, because you see yourself there. Act as if it has already happened and you are doing it. So this week, let's raise the bar on what we believe is possible, because the only thing that's standing between you and your next breakthrough is how much you believe it can happen. And if this hits home, girl, and you know a girl that's struggling with belief, send this to her. Send this to her because we need to all start believing in ourselves again, believing in what we can achieve, and start doing more of that and walking in confidence in our future self. So I hope you found some value out of this, girl, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for listening in. If you loved this episode, I would so appreciate it if you shared it with a girlfriend. Like, send it to her right now or post it on social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me get the message out. I'm so freaking grateful and excited to be on this journey with you, girl. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon.